Morning, it's Amy, the optimistic mama. And I wanted to take a moment and post a video here of some of the things that I have been thinking about. I have tried for a few days now to do a Facebook Live in my Optimistic Mama Facebook page. And because of the internet connection where I am, it just doesn't seem to work very well. So it just makes more sense to record a video. So here I am. The things that I have been talking about more recently have a lot to do with, well, it all kind of has to do with me, my thoughts, my musings, my hopes. But in that, it really has a lot to do with all of you. I have a very real desire to encourage people. I want to remind each and every one of you that might ever come across this video of your value, of your worth, and to remind you of the truth that you are loved. This is too easily forgotten. And the reason that it gets forgotten is because of the thoughts that we allow to weasel their way into our minds. So in the Facebook Live videos that I've been posting over the last few days, I've been talking about that. So I'm going to recap those. One is holding your negative thoughts captive. As soon as you hear them, grab a hold of them and tell them that they have no power over you. This is not easy. This doesn't happen the first time you try. Trust me, I am years in the making. And that's okay. That's the other piece I've been talking about, is the journey, the steps that you are taking. We need to learn to forgive ourselves for the misguided steps that we have taken. Maybe you have made some very real mistakes in your life that have involved actually hurting other people. And this is unfortunate, but it doesn't have to be the end of you. If you have a true and real desire to change your life, that will not happen if you hold on to the errors, the mistakes that you've made. So take the first step. Look at what you've done. Acknowledge it. Accept that that was you, and then forgive yourself. This, again, will not happen overnight. This is a process. So back to the journey I've been talking about. Your journey is yours. You could have the exact same destination in mind as another person, but you are going to get there very different ways, at different paces, and that is okay. I say this here now because I have allowed myself to fall victim to the comparison game for as long as I can remember. I look at the people around me that are gaining success in their goals, and I think, well, they have this easier than me, or they're more naturally inclined to do something than me. And pieces of that might be true. Some people are more inclined in other areas, but they're going after it. Everybody is going through something. Everyone is in a situation that could be looked at as maybe difficult. But don't let your current situation, whether you are going through some very real hardships or you're gliding through right now, be an excuse to not continue moving forward. Now, you don't have to be running full tilt, but even those incremental baby steps are still moving you in the right direction. And this is something you need to remind yourself of on the days that you feel like, I'm not getting anywhere. Now, all of these things that I'm saying, this is not new information. In fact, there are probably 50,000 or more websites, people that you can go to that will tell you the same thing. But I'm sharing my story here with you as it is revealed to me, as it becomes head and heart knowledge for me. And yes, it makes me a little bit vulnerable because I am sharing my shortcomings. But I think it is in our vulnerabilities that we really, truly see one another. And it is in seeing one another without blinders that we can really begin to support and encourage one another. And this is what we need in the world that we live in. We need support. We need encouragement. We need to stop comparing. You know what? Maybe somebody has a silver spoon in their mouth. Maybe you have a friend who just seems to get it all handed down, no problem. And here you are, stuck in your toil day in and day out, just trying to figure out how you're going to balance your books or whatever it might be. But you don't know the whole story. You don't know what's going on in their head or in their heart. There are too many people suffering in silence of the struggles that they might have. So just because you can't see the difficulty doesn't mean it's not there. And it's because of these silent things that I want to kind of pull the lid off some of that stuff. Because we make assumptions readily. We make assumptions. I make them every day. I will admit that right here, right now. I assume when I see a person looking together and, their kids' forms are all ready on time and everything's all organized and, they remember to take the meat out of the freezer so supper's ready on time. They've got it together. They know how to do this mom thing, this wife thing, this business thing, this health thing, this whatever it is. But I don't know. I don't know what's really going on with them. And in social media, you get this little tiny square that you post a picture that there are a bajillion filters for. Trust me, I know. I like to find them and play around with them because it makes taking pictures fun. But we can manipulate the image. And through that manipulation, we can kind of bring about a feeling when we see a certain picture. Well, you know what? Half the people that are posting things that are even halfway honest are going to admit to you that all around the picture of their adorable little babies is a dirty diaper sitting or crushed crackers or, like in my house, just random stickers and banana and God knows what else stuck to the floor. We don't all have it together, and that is okay. This is a message that I am very much preaching to myself on a daily basis as a stay-at-home mom who thinks that I need to do this, 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 and this with my children every day. And it's just, you need to give yourself grace. We need to give each other grace. We need to stop going into days with our minds already on high alert that we're not going to measure up to either the expectation that we've laid out for ourselves, or maybe you are given a high bar to attain, maybe in your job, maybe from a spouse, maybe from an in-law. It comes from all over the place. But to really experience success, in my opinion, is, are you achieving what in your heart of hearts you need to be doing? Success does not look the same on everybody. Success for some people is a bank account just stashed with cash. Success for some people is multiple properties. Success for some people is the size of your home, the label in your clothes, the status in your job position. It's going to look different for everybody. And what I am just ever so slowly acknowledging is that that's not my success standard. I just don't look at it that way. And I need to accept that it's also okay that I might not even want some of those things. So what I want to encourage you with here as I close up and out is just Remember this week, here on a Wednesday, as where I am, the sun is finally shining after days of gray. That deep breath, try and remember to take them. Remember these important things that I will leave you with here right now. You are human, and therefore will inevitably make a mistake today. However, you need to learn to forgive yourself so that you can move forward. You need to stop looking at the world around you or the bars set above you and look at what are you doing. If success for you today is one step forward toward whatever it is that you are headed toward, good for you. You took a step. That's great. If today you took 2 steps back because of XYZ, again, take pause, reevaluate, and forgive yourself. Mistakes happen, life happens, circumstance. These things are inevitable and therefore okay. Give yourself grace. Be encouraged by even the smallest increment of success. When those negative thoughts start to creep in, those voices of you're not going to succeed, you're too dumb to, you're too ugly to, you don't have enough friends, blah, blah, blah. There's some nasty things that our brains can tell us. But those are dirty, rotten, filthy lies. Do not listen to them. Do not listen to them. They're lies. So hold them captive, tell them who's boss, and say scram. Because you have value. You are unique and beautiful just the way you are. And you are loved. Remember that today, please. And always, always, may you be encouraged. Take care, guys.